Why goats test new guardian dogs first. Most people think guardian dogs are tested by predators first. Wolves test, coyotes test, foxes test, but the real test starts inside the herd. When a new livestock guardian dog enters a pasture, owners usually look for bonding right away. They expect goats gathering around the dog, calm behavior immediately, the dog blending into the herd. But the opposite often happens. Goats keep distance, they circle cautiously, some stare longer than usual, and owners think something is wrong. They think the dog isn't bonding, or worse, that the herd doesn't like the dog. But goats aren't rejecting the dog, they're evaluating it. Goats survive by reading subtle signals. They don't look at size or breed. They look at rhythm of movement, body angle, eye contact, emotional steadiness. To goats, a new guardian dog isn't automatically safe. It's just another unknown animal until proven otherwise. That's why testing happens first. Trust comes later. The first phase of testing is quiet. Goats don't challenge the dog directly. They simply watch. You'll notice goats grazing near the edge of the dog's scent range, glancing occasionally, but avoiding direct approach. This is information gathering. They're asking, does this animal move like a predator or like a protector? After observation comes distance testing. A goat may walk slightly closer than before, then drift away again. Not random. They're measuring how the dog reacts to proximity. A calm guardian dog barely reacts. That calm response sends a powerful message. I'm not here to control you. And that's the beginning of trust. Dogs that bark excessively or rush forward toward goats often fail this phase. Not because they're bad guardians, but because goats interpret sudden energy as instability. Loud movement feels like pressure. Pressure without purpose makes goats cautious, so they stay farther away, sometimes for weeks. One of the most overlooked behaviors is what I call the circle test. A goat will walk behind the new dog, staying just outside its direct line of sight. They're checking awareness. Does the dog spin around quickly? Does it ignore them? Does it stiffen? A confident LGD stays relaxed. That relaxation passes the test. Eventually, goats begin standing still near the dog. This moment is huge. They're watching how the dog handles shared space. If the dog shifts constantly, goats leave. If the dog stays calm, goats stay longer. Stillness becomes proof of safety. Young guardian dogs often fail these early tests because they try too hard. They move too much. They stare too long. They get excited when goats approach. From a goat's perspective, that feels unpredictable, and unpredictability delays trust. As dogs mature, they learn that less movement earns more respect. Not every goat tests the dog equally. Usually one or two confident herd leaders approach first. If those goats accept the dog, others follow. This is why trust sometimes spreads suddenly. One decision changes the herd's perception. Goats mirror calmness. A dog that breathes slowly, moves deliberately, and rests without tension creates a stable emotional environment. Goats gravitate toward that stability. It doesn't look dramatic, but it changes how the herd feels about the dog. Once goats feel comfortable, they begin testing territory boundaries with the dog present. They may drift toward edges of the pasture and watch the dog's reaction. A balanced guardian dog adjusts position quietly, not forcefully. This teaches goats where safe zones exist. The moment goats stop testing is subtle. They graze near the dog without glancing up. They rest within scent range. They stop circling. Nothing dramatic happens, and that's exactly the point. Trust removes tension. Even after trust forms, it can be disrupted. If a dog suddenly becomes rough during play, chases goats, or reacts emotionally to movement, goats reset their evaluation. They return to distance testing. Trust isn't permanent, it's maintained through consistency. When more than one guardian dog is introduced, goats often test each one differently. They gravitate toward the calmest first. That dog becomes the emotional anchor of the herd. Other dogs earn trust more slowly through consistent presence. Here's something most people don't realize. Predators watch herd behavior. A herd that trusts its guardian dog stays calmer. A calm herd signals stability, and predators avoid stable systems. So goat testing isn't just social behavior, it's part of the predator deterrence. Instead of forcing interaction, watch for small signs. Goats grazing near the dog, kids resting close by, reduced staring from the herd. These signs mean the testing phase is ending. Before goats trust a guardian dog, they test its energy, patience, and consistency. They don't care about size. They don't care about noise. They care about stability. And when a dog passes those quiet tests, the herd doesn't just accept it, they choose it. Because real protection doesn't start when a dog arrives in the pasture. It starts the moment the goats decide this one belongs here. If you enjoyed this video or if you learned something new, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.